Are you an insurance agent that is experiencing a lot of tension right now? You're not getting the true results that you desire, that you know you're capable of attaining? Well, you found the right video, my friends. I'm going to dive into how you can lower tension and increase your ability to have transactions. The final expense space is amazing, whether it's face to face or even in the telespace, but you need to know a couple little things so that hopefully your career can take off and you can just enjoy this time tested and absolutely noble profession. So before I go into this, my name's Jason. I'm your friend in the business, and I'm so blessed to be able to partner and align with some of the most amazing agents as well as agencies that partner here to sell life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So free resources always for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I thank you for joining with us in this content. I hope it's a help to you. So, first off, when tension happens, normally that's because we didn't train. So tip number one is you want to make sure that you train like your career depends on it, because it does. And if you have some tension, sometimes it's because we just dove into a sales appointment without truly being ready for success. Being mentored, having good trainers that are with you so that you're for yourself but not by yourself can really be a difference maker when you're trying to make dollars. So make sure that you've trained. If you've taken tip number one to heart, you're like, Jason, I've trained, I got this. Then sometimes the tension happens because number two, we went all transactional. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. And this can beat up a lot of even veteran agents when we cut corners thinking that we're going to somehow get to the sale that much faster. And we can get ourselves into a position where we really don't like what's happening. And it's because we didn't, back to training, tip number one, we didn't train like our careers depend on it and make sure that our fundamentals were really right. It's important that you embrace fundamentals. The business is so simple, but it's not easy to remember the things that got you to greatness in the first place. So having a master trainer, having somebody that can really mentor you through this can help you get beyond that tension a lot quicker than sometimes flailing forward and then finding out, oh man, one little simple thing is what was keeping me back from attaining the success that I either have or maybe had past tense. So make sure you put yourself in the hands of a good mentor, someone that can walk with you through the journey of your career. But number two, make sure that you're not in a transactional mode. Make sure that you're in a place where the closing event isn't an event. It needs to be an experience because the client has been walked through a seamless process that is all about what the client truthfully needs. When there's tension, normally it's one person trying to take, and you've got to be one that you're going to take care of them. That is the most important thing with final expense insurance sales. You're focusing on the experience that the consumer is having, not about you having another sale. Sometimes that tension happens because you need that take home pay. And I get it. You got to pay your bills, my friends. You do. But you got to be focused on the consumer, their experience. Look at this business through the consumer's lens. Would you want to be treated this way in a really kind and compassionate way? Or would you want that commission driven, okay, person involved? Probably not. Don't go transactional here. If you're having a lot of tension right now in your sales processes, maybe back to tip number one, you didn't go through a 5-day telemastery program like we provide here. And maybe number two, you're going full blown transactional. You want this plan, or this plan, buy from me. And it's beating you up right now. Your processes are so important to you having powerful success. And sometimes you miss one little step and then everything doesn't smell right. Just like if you're trying to make cookies and you forget the baking soda or baking powder, and then you're like, this doesn't taste good. In the insurance world, it's the same way. You've got to have systems, you've got to have scripts that you follow, and not following them will give you a finished product that will not lead you to profitability. You may get lucky every now and then, but it's going to look like this business stinks. All right. So make sure that you're not transactional. You're experiencing what the client wants you to give them. All right. And if you are on your consumer's team, you're going to be able to capitalize that much easier. But don't go transactional. Tip number two, truly be focused on the consumer's experience and how they engage with you as you give that consumer what they want. They're used to pushy salesmen. Don't be that person. Tip number three is very important if you're feeling a lot of tension right now. You got to take a deep breath. Know that you've got what it takes. Self doubt takes out more agents than you may know. You've got to truly be focused on needs-based selling. Needs-based selling is what you need to hear right now. And you may have had a lot of people tell you, no, that's okay. Don't doubt your systems. Double down on action. Action will solve your problems, but you've got to truly be focused on the consumer's needs if you want to capitalize, not focus on our own commission, right? It's about these great people we serve. And if you want to have higher levels of profitability, truly be a needs-based agent that is just invested in their consumers, protecting them, providing the protection that they need and desire. It's not about pushing product. It's about taking care of these sweet people that we can just love on with our high-end products, selling life, Medicare, and annuities. But it's all about them, giving them the best that they've ever seen, the best solution, because they've got a sincere problem. And when you're a product pusher, you're going to have a lot of tension. When you're one that's truly needs-based selling, you're focused on the client's solution that they need because they've got a really big problem. Focus on the problem and then focus on how your product can save them from everything that they desire. They're kept up late at night thinking about how are my kids, my family, my loved one going to pay for burial and final expense and cremation needs. This solution, the insurance solution, is what they need, but sometimes they don't see it until you focus on them and until they know that you're in their corner. You won't make any cash in this business. Focus on them. And you know what? Your business will most likely blow up. So back to tip number one, train, train, train truly with everything that you've got. Don't cut corners. Number two, don't go transactional. Focus on the whole event as an experience to help them get what they want. And then number three, the most important piece, truly be focused on their needs. Don't focus on the commission. That will take care of itself by being a compassionate agent that takes care of more people than maybe you thought was possible. If you need any good resources or any great leads, reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I hope this helps you. And remember, when you train and really focus, you're going to find you'll be more successful. We'll see you soon.